What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rowland here with the DMG Gaming Podcast. And as always, I am with the guy who will once again ascend upon the throne of chaos.
I sure am.
My boy, Ed Phillips. What up, my boy?
I am ready to slay the hordes of hell as we speak. As soon as we're done with this podcast, going in it.
It's my fault. He would already be playing right now, but it's my fault.
Exactly. All your fault.
He's getting behind. He is getting behind.
Playing demons right now in Diablo. Yeah, so new season of Diablo out right now, about an hour ago. It is live, season 5. It's time to roll, dude. It's time to roll.
So one thing that I didn't do is I didn't beat Elden Ring, but we're close.
You are close. You're at the last area. You just got to...
And it is fucking hard.
And then it is fucking hard. More area.
So I definitely had a top 10 list of like the most hardest regular monsters.
Yeah.
But after getting to the crumbling, what is it called? The crumbling
Missoula.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to there's gonna be like a bunch of those on
Get
there.
Those names right. You should have them memorized.
I'm sorry. It sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
No.
But no, so on the next episode we're gonna have my top 10 list because I have the game beat. I'll have it beat. But I won't be beating it today. You know why I won't be beating it today?
Why is that, Grant?
Because I am getting back into Diablo 4.
Grant is joining the King Barbarian himself. You're going to be a druid, right?
I'm being a druid. I'm going in.
All right. Yeah. So Grant's going to stick with it this season, at least for a little while. You know, longer
I'm
than
gonna stick with it.
Does.
No. I'm gonna stick with it.
But a day.
No, I'm gonna stick with it because content is king. And the more content we make, the more kingly we can be.
That is right. But yeah, dude, I can't wait.
Dude, I'm excited, man. I'm ready to get into it. As soon as I get done eating.
Expansion is around the corner too.
I know.
I mean, geez, Diablo is killing it. Blizzard's killing it right now, at least in Diablo.
And then Path of Exile comes out. So let me ask you a question. What are you going to do when they're both out at the same time?
I don't know. Well, I'm definitely going to play PoE too as soon as it comes out, just to get a feel in it. But it kind of depends, like how the Diablo 4 expansion is with the season, and it's just going to depend.
So, like, okay, let's just say this.
I'm going to play PoE to at least the point of beating the main campaign before going to endgame.
But what if let's just say it's season 6 and it's a really, really good season, like a very good season. So then what are you going to do?
I mean, if it's a really good Diablo season, a really good one, I mean, I'm going to have to stick with Diablo, man. but that depends. What if PoE is just like insane?
It could be.
You know what I mean?
It could be. You have to flip a coin.
Just crazy.
It's going to be the hardest decision of your life.
Going to be ahead of them in content right now. Like, because, when a season goes by, they kind of still retain some of the prior seasons, like content a little bit. So they're going to be ahead of them in content, but boy, the grinding gear games, they know how to push shit. So I don't know.
This is gonna be harder than the time that people had to choose between Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for me. But we'll see. I'm excited, man. If both of those are like just go out the gate just really good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're really competing with each other. It's going to be a really good time for action.
It's going to be Mario versus Sonic.
Next year is going to be really good for action RPGs.
Yeah, so let's dive a little bit deeper into Diablo 4. What is it that you're looking forward to the most in this new season?
All right, so they add a new unique, like legendary or uber unique, so you can call them that. They add more unique equipment, and that's just going to open up more build possibilities. Maybe make, because those big time streamers, they've already released like what they saw on the PTR for season 5, what they kind of think right now will be the best builds, but it always changes. They did it for season 4, it ended up being completely different for season 4. Everything changes up with all this added stuff. They nerfed, buffed, all classes. Druids are actually going to compete. Like right out the gate, they're going to have an S tier. Well, I think it's Landslide is right now their end game S tier.
That's what I'm going. That's what I'm going for.
So, but that's the thing. Druids are actually an S tier right out the gate. That's really
because they weren't in the last season. They were kind of.
They were not. They finally caught up like later on, but they weren't near as good as everything else.
Yeah.
But they're going out the gate as a good build to go with for end game. But all that's going to change later on. I mean, I'm predicting maybe a week from now. There's going to be some insane builds. Revamped loot system. Then you want to have the horde system now for the new season, where you're going to fight waves of demons, and then eventually at the end of those waves fight a council or another boss. And then
you're excited about that. I could tell you're excited about that.
You're still going to have like the pits and the all your stuff from before, nightmare dungeons, pits. What else? The ladder you can do for competing against other players.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other content, all the revamped Hell Tides. You're still going to have like stuff from the Vampires, the Season of Blood, like mixed in the Hell Tides, but you're still going to have added additions for other seasons. I mean, it's going to be good. Everything put together, it's going to be a good season. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's going to be a good season until I play it, but I'm looking forward to it. If it's
everything I've
like
heard about it,
4, and if they continue that track record from season 4, season 5 is probably going to be really good.
Yeah, everything I've heard about it, it's gotten really good reviews. So
yeah,
I'm anxious. I'm ready to get back into it.
Yeah, me too. Okay, let's see. Are we ready to get into news, Grant?
Let's get into some news, man.
Let's get into some news. But yeah, Diablo 4, big time, baby. Need to get this podcast over with.
I know he's ready. He's ready to wrap it up now. All right, guys, we're see y'all next.
That's the news, guys. Time to wrap it up.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go.
Our socials on YouTube. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
All right. So first piece of news: Ubisoft. Oh boy,
your boys. I feel like you should start getting you should get a sponsorship from them. I feel like they should bring you onto the team.
I should get a sponsorship from Ubisoft. I talk about them all the time, but it's not good news. All right, a new investigation into Ubisoft's marketing campaign for Star Wars Outlaws. All right, this is coming from the Park Place. You can find them on X at that Park Place.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of first couple news stories from them. All right, so anyway, they launched a new investigation into Ubisoft's marketing campaign for Star Wars Outlaw that reveals the company's been buttering up YouTubers, those big time YouTube streamers and influencers, with trips to Disneyland, including boat tours and all types of stuff, before giving them access to the 4 hours of gameplay footage. So I wonder how those reviews are going to go. So this is just one example from a AAA gaming studio that, they try to influence those reviews, right? Or they only give certain companies an access to the early, part of the early game. Yeah. Before it releases, and certain reviewers, and they play the game and they give a review. But this isn't the first company that's done it, and it's just this. Like, this is why I don't trust reviews, dude. Like, from hardly anyone.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Especially like IGN and Kotaku. I don't trust any of their.
We said that couple episodes back that their reviews are very skewed. But let me ask you a question: could your review be bought for a trip to Disney World? I'm just saying, here's the thing: is like, if you gave me like a Starbucks gift card, like, you're not going to get a good review. But if you're flying me out to Disney World and you're giving me like,
listen, I have 3 kids and a wife. If they giving me all access toward Disneyland, that's like 10 out of 10. I'm saying 10 out of 10 right there.
I know. I'm saying,
but we're not big. We're not those big streamers. You know what I mean? Yet. If I was a big streamer right now, influencer, I would not do it.
You can't be bought and paid for.
No, but like right now,
I'd be like, man, I fell madly in love with the protagonist. She is so gorgeous. Oh my god,
so hot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I mean, other gaming studios do this. They try to kind of influence the review, and it's so hard to trust a review nowadays, like, because there's so much backlog and like a background to those reviews, like how they ccame up with it. I just don't trust them, dude.
And you don't know what's being coerced and being said. Like, you have to put these points in there. Like, you have to say these
different. Yeah, everyone has these different points of view on reviews, but what really got me was like, the first Descendant. What was the other one? There's another one they reviewed that was just stupid. But anyway, so like
college football, none of them play football.
Yeah, like the a game like example, First Descendant, it's about the game. It's all about gameplay for that kind of game, right? Like Destiny. It's all about gameplay. How's the game, feel and everything like that. And they didn't wait. They just their wait for gameplay just didn't make sense with a 5 out of 10. You know what I mean? Because it has almost a 9 to maybe even a 10 when it comes to gameplay.
Yeah.
But that was maybe 25% of their score. I mean, I don't play Destiny and shooting games like that. Action FPS or third person shooters like that for the freaking story.
You got to look who it's coming.
I mean?
You got to look who it's coming from, though. Like I said about the football game, like none of these guys, like these guys, when they hear when they think a quarterback sack is like the quarterback's testicles. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these guys don't know anything about sports.
That's correct. All right. So, let's see. You got anything else on that, dude?
No, I mean, it's just, I'm not shocked. I mean,
I am not shocked either.
The thing about it is like, I would give you a good review if you're going to send me to Disney World.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna, but if I have millions of dollars and then you have to up my price. I mean, you got to give me something. You got to give me a Lambo or something. Like you got to put, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's nothing like it used to be when it
No,
comes to
man.
That's
the thing. That's why like
cool magazines like Game Pro and Nintendo, you could really kind of trust them a lot.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is like that's why I feel like people like us, and not just me and you, but people who are smaller, and when they review a game, it holds more weight because it's realistic and it's you know what I mean. Like it has
grassroots,
correct,
basically.
correct.
Yeah.
And it's a real opinion, and that's why like I like to whenever I read Rotten Tomatoes, I like to read what the audience thinks more so than what Siskel and Ebert. I don't know. I guess they're dead. I think, but people like that.
What if they gave you like a all-you-can-eat lifetime pass to like Jersey Mike's or some shit?
Jersey Mike's is good. Now, if it was Firehouse Subs, we might be talking. You gonna give me a lifetime supply of large hook and ladders, buddy?
Dude, I kill some Jersey Mike's. I got one like a mile down
the
road.
I love Jersey Mike's is good. We have one. It's like I would have to like be very motivated to drive that far to it, and I have. Don't get me wrong, I have, but I'd have to it's a specialty. There's a Firehouse Subs not far away.
Yeah, ours is just mile down, but down the road.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's is elite, man. Like I tell them all the time. I was like, I don't know what y'all do. Put that fucking sauce or whatever it is, the whatever, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
The juice or whatever they call it.
Yep. All right. Next piece. Next thing. The rumor mill, or whatever they call it nowadays.
What do the kids call it? What are the kids calling it?
You want to get ready to get rizzed?
The Riz.
Rizzed up. All right. All right. So Henry Cavill everyone knows he was a cameo in the last Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Really good cameo.
I didn't know that. Spoilers.
Everyone knows that. You see it all over Twitter.
I know. I've already
watched.
Look, you can't. Look, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. Like people spoil the movie like 5 minutes after it comes out. So this is not.
Yeah. So Henry Cavill is in talks to play Wolverine after the cameo as the Cavalrine in Deadpool and Wolverine. I think you haven't seen him yet. But you got to take a look at that clip.
No, it's cool. I've seen him, and it's cool. Like I think he could pull it off.
He looks like a good Wolverine.
Now he's going to have to hit. He's going to have to hit some anabolics because steroids. He's going to have to.
Why? He's already huge.
Well, no, he's not. He's not big like because what's his name? What's his name is no.
You're
he's
crazy.
ripped. He's ripped. He's ripped. Listen to me,
dude.
Hugh Jackman was
3
fucking
times the size of.
He's also 3 times as taller. That just shows that's different.
Put him back to back, dude. He's going to look like a damn dwarf.
Hugh Jackman is fucking
on this, dude.
Hugh Jackman. I call him Huge Jackman.
What is that? A porn name?
I know. That's a good porn name. That's a good porn name, dude. Hugh Jackman's fucking jacked. Jackman. I don't know what else to say. Now I'm sounding like I'm batting for the other team. I'm over here gushing over him. I like women.
You said you saw the clip.
I did see the clip.
Okay. All right. Because Henry Cavill is a monster, dude. And in that clip, he is a monster.
All right, now you're getting a little too
like he looked like he could pick up that motorcycle and just chuck it.
You're over there drooling over there. He's a monster.
Hey man, that dude's swole. That's a handsome guy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, dude. I ain't gonna lie. That's a handsome.
You told me that story of you meeting Channing Tatum.
Look, yeah, let me tell that story real quick. So I was actually bartending the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
Yeah,
and somebody said something. One of the girls I was bartending with, she's like, I don't know what all the hype about is. Channing Tatum is okay. I said, hold on. I said, first of all, I'm gonna call it like it is. Channing Tatum. This is like peak Channing Tatum. This is like step up. Just got done Magic Mike Channing Tatum. Yeah. I was like, that's a gorgeous man. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm being honest with you. That's a good looking dude. So I was just calling it like I see it. I mean, you know.
Yep. All right. Next piece, dude. Oh, this is insane. Okay, so an ex-user named Minute Nerd News attacked YouTuber Nerdrotic. Everyone who knows who Nerdrotic is,
and nobody knows who Minute News.
I have no idea who that.
Who that is?
Yeah. So, he attacked him. He attacked Nerdrotic, claiming he sells outrage and anger, which is really not true. It's just outrage and anger now for all the bullshit that MCU and Disney and Amazon have been.
So let me ask you a question: Did he say what he had problems with him saying?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay.
But he immediately reveals that, you know, honestly, I mean, this is from That Park Place, but he reveals who the actual hateful one is. So he continues in a thread on X that's actually gone viral already. Minute Nerd News posted, Nerdrotic is a quote unquote, Nerdrotic is a piece of shit that we've allowed to operate among us for far too long. He continued, before I focus my attention solely on this garbage, damn, let us first focus our attention on the explanation of what it is he and his little grifter friends do, explained by one of them. Okay. All right. Just reading this, like, Nerdrotic's not attacking anyone, like, personally. He's basically knocking what's wrong. Like, he watches House of Dragon. He watches all of MCU stuff. He gives his opinions on them. He watches the Star Wars. I mean, he does all the popular culture, you know, IPs.
Correct.
Even the Rings of Power, which, you know, you ought to watch those. Those are actually really funny. He nails those really hard. But he posts, like, stuff he really likes. He talks about it all the time. He doesn't post outrage and anger, but we're talking about the Acolyte. We're talking about the Rings of Power. We're talking about, and, you know, he loves House of Dragons, like majority of the season.
Yeah,
it was a great season.
We're gonna talk about that because I got some things to say about that.
That's episode 8 though.
We'll talk about it. We'll get there.
But anyway, so this guy just goes on this, I guess, rampage of just attacking Nerdrotic, but now everyone else is joining in. That's kind of in that space of, you know, going after him, like going after his Twitter, socials, YouTube channel.
Here's the thing: that's a small minority of people. Like that those people, minority. They wouldn't make up a large majority for me to even blink an eye at.
And it sounds to me like these guys just saw a video of him like hating on something, because they obviously don't know Nerdrotic, because he doesn't give a crap about any of this. Especially people. I mean, he gets hate all the time.
What was one of the takes? Did they ever say what was one of the takes that they?
I forget what it was, but I think one of his recent. I know one of them a little while back was off him dissing the Acolyte a lot.
Well,
right?
So was everybody else.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But, you know, he's a big YouTuber, so they got to find someone to throw their hate at.
No, that's what small people do. Is whenever somebody big, they're trying to throw a hook into him and ride that. You know, try to get some success from that or whatever. You know what I mean? Trying to get some followers and stuff like that.
But he did mention something about the last season of the House of Dragon, which a lot of people are. You know.
Yeah. No, we're gonna talk about that.
But anyway, so I mean, he gets this all the time. He'll probably make a reaction video out of it. I'm sure it'll be funny.
Yeah,
you know?
Sure.
But you know, this is nothing new for him. So let's continue on. Okay, Ubisoft.
Again. They're back.
All right, so Ubisoft has been caught red-handed promoting their Star Wars Outlaws utilizing bots, and they were caught red-handed, receipts and everything. All right, so Master of TDS on X, his account is at Master of TDS if you guys want to follow him. He posted receipts of all these bots trying to promote their new game, Star Wars Outlaws, and it's just like ridiculous, like word for word for a lot of them, and almost. But then they change like a sentence or a word or something like that,
Yeah.
but then it's like another 20 of them with that
Yeah.
same. It's ridiculous. So they've been using bots, and if everything he does when he finds bots, he always like tags X and Elon Musk and all the, their community, whatever it is, when it
Yeah.
comes to violating policies and stuff like that. He always just shows them the receipts.
Yeah.
And they usually do something about it. So yeah, this was, I don't know if you saw the tweet, but I mean, it is ridiculous. Like it's hundreds upon hundreds, probably even thousands of just bots promoting this damn.
Which is crazy, which I don't understand why they do that in 2024, because that's like, if they were doing that 15 years ago, or at the beginning of Twitter or whatever it is, like, you can get away with that because it'd be harder to track. You know what I mean? But this is so easy to track nowadays with bot.
Yeah. What the most concerning part of this is for me is that they're having to use bots to promote this. This is telling me, like, shadowing the game to me. Like, why do you have to promote it so hard? It's Star Wars Outlaws. Is there something wrong with the game?
I'm sure. I mean, because the thing about Star Wars is you could put Star Wars on anything and it's going to sell. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, an open world Star Wars game. How could that not sell, right?
Correct.
Well, we're about to see.
Mm-hmm.
About to see. But it's going to be like Assassin's Creed Shadows. It'll sell. Like, it'll sell.
Well, there's diehards. There's diehards. I mean,
it just might not hit that mark that they're expecting. You know what I mean?
If you like the Acolyte, they're going to play this game.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next piece of news: MechaBreak having a good beta. Have you seen the beta? Like some I've been watching some streamers like play it, and it shows them. It shows a pretty good game. It looks really good. Like the mechs look really good. You ought to check out some of the streams on them.
My brother would love that game.
Yeah, but it's looking to be a good beta. Lots of people are sharing good reviews so far on the beta, and it's turning up to be possibly a really good game. It's just a flashy mech game, but it's a lot of customization in it, like a lot of customization when it comes to the mechs. So we'll see. All right, next piece of news: Darksiders. Have you ever played this game before?
No, I've not.
You haven't played Darksiders?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty good. I would say it's like you play one of the Four Horsemen of Apocalypse, like the first game.
Yeah.
Darksider, you played as War, guy with the big sword.
Yeah.
The next game you play as Death, and it just kind of continues the story. The first two were really good, but not the third one was okay. You played as I forget who she was, but she basically had like a whip. That she was one of the Four Horsemen, but she had like a whip. It wasn't that good. It was okay. But we'll go to. I'm kind of looking forward to this because the Four Horsemen will ride again. I'm assuming you want to be able to play all four of them or something.
That'd be cool.
It's going to be co-op or something like that. I don't know. Like online co-op or something like that. I don't know. But it looks like all four characters are going to be available in this next game. So
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh man. Brand new news.
We got breaking news. Live. What's the breaking news?
Let's see. Oh, never mind. It's just Halo.
Oh.
They were talking about. They were messing with the MCC, like the Master Chief Collection. Not anything major. Okay. Let's see. Next piece of news: PC Gamer article. Banned Twitch streamer Adin Ross gets Donald Trump on a kick stream, gives him a Rolex. Then they sit together in a trumped out Cybertruck. I don't know if you saw that. It looked crazy.
No, that was cool.
Like it had Trump on the side and everything like that. I think it was after his assassination attempt. He was like doing that fist pump.
Yeah.
And they sat together in a in the Cybertruck and listened to Elvis's "Can't Help But Falling in Love" or something like that. It was a pretty funny interview. But like, this is PC Gamer, CNN Gamer, basically. Their headline, of course, is "Banned Twitch Streamer." They got to say something nasty.
Oh, yeah.
They always got to say something nasty. This is, of course, probably an opinionated article, like most of these.
But what they're not going to say is he has millions of viewers on Kick.
Yeah. He does. Yeah, I think that got way over.
He's like for those, I don't know, for those who are older and don't know who he's like a top. What would you say, top 5 streamer in the world?
Yeah, I'll probably say so.
Or at least top 10.
I mean, he's big.
He's at least top. He's at least top 10.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I watched a little bit of an interview, and it looked pretty good. I mean, it's funny, like the way he walked out with the music.
Yeah.
And then when he was given a Rolex, Trump's comments during that, it was pretty funny.
There was a streamer trying to, and I saw it. He was sitting there saying how it was illegal for Aiden to give him that Rolex or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that was dumb.
Yeah. So this guy had a broccoli haircut and a dangling earring, so I automatically knew not to listen to any.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was stupid.
That fucking haircut never lies.
All right. Okay, Grant. Let's talk some Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
Zelda Echoes of Wisdom trailer recap. It's coming out September 26th.
Ready.
But they showed a lot more gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks good. I mean, the artwork looks different. Like it still looks like a Zelda, but the artwork is just different. I mean, the artwork is kind of like
it's like a Link's Awakening mixed with
Yeah.
It's like a Link. It's more Link's Awakening than anything.
Yeah, but it looked fun. I mean, the big deal about this is everyone was making up something like, "Oh, the guys got to play as Princess Zelda now."
You mean the title that it's named after?
Yeah, I mean, like, we want to play that.
Yeah,
Zelda's badass.
This is not the first. For those who didn't watch our other episodes, this is not the first Zelda game where you played as her.
Yeah, that is true.
But we're not going to talk about
we're not going to talk about those games.
We're not going to talk about the shitty triangle of death.
Yeah,
the shitty Triforce of death.
Yeah.
They made 3 very terrible. For those who don't understand it, they made 3 very terrible Zelda games for the CDI, the Panasonic CDI.
Yeah, they did.
But if you're a game collector, they're very expensive to have.
Yep. All right, Grant. Let's talk House of Dragons, episode 8 of season 2, the finale. Let's recap it. All right. This episode was really, it felt like a trailer to me, like for the next season. Like, I like some of the stuff. Honestly, I thought the interaction between what's her name, Brigaris, or what's the queen's name with the green dress?
Alicent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought their 2 interactions towards the end was really good. Like, some really good acting.
Yeah. It's because she's hot, though.
Yeah.
I mean, she don't have to say anything.
That's true. And then, of course, Damon bending in the knee.
In Harrenhal still.
He saw the vision of Daenerys and what's going to happen with the White Walkers and everything like that.
Yeah. So my thought about it is here's the thing is, it was a really good episode. It just wasn't a finale episode to me.
What?
Like, you know what I mean? It didn't feel like a season finale because we knew that they're going to war. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like this should have been the episode before the season finale. Like, they should have had one more like next week should have been a season. They should have another episode.
That's what I mean. They kind of did that with season 7 or 6. It was like the Battle of the Bastards was one episode or 2 episodes before the finale, and that was like the big. Everyone loved that episode, right? And then like the final season finale episode was like okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like they have a track record of that.
But I mean, well, the biggest season finale out of all of them was the Red Wedding.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
that killed off everyone's
Yes.
characters, or a lot of
So
people's
I mean,
characters.
because nobody saw that coming. I mean, I guess you could, but not like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, it got me.
Oh, it got me too.
Like I watched that like before everyone was talking about it. Like I watched it pretty much like a day after it aired.
Yeah.
I was like in Okinawa or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
I
you're
can't
in a
remember.
different time zone. So,
Yeah, but that thing, I was shocked.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
It
so,
was
like,
Rob Stark.
I feel like there needs to be some more of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really. Here's the thing: is like, it's not predictable, but it's not shocking either. You know what I mean? And maybe it's just because like we're used to that. You know what I mean? We're used to people dying and they're not supposed. Like we didn't think they're supposed to.
Have
You know
you
what I
read?
mean?
Have you read The Dance of Dragons?
No, I have not.
It's not as shocking, but it's going to get shocking maybe next season, maybe depending on if they continue. Kind of. I mean, they're not going exactly like the book, but if they do continue,
Imagine that. Imagine them getting off the book.
well, you know
Just
what I
because of
mean.
George. Is it George R. R. Martin? Is he still writing the last one? Is he still writing?
Yeah, he's still doing what Wins the Winter or something. I don't know.
That book ain't never coming out.
No. Okay. But yeah, so there are some shocking parts if they're going to introduce them or not. But it's ending where I think it's ending where it should. I understand everyone wanted a big finale, but I think they're going to go like full on season 3 is going to be pretty rough.
Well, I guess my thing. I think the people's complaint is
everything's
this.
set up.
I think the people's complaint is this. It was such a letdown for people to have to wait 2 more years. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the thing is it's 2 years between seasons.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. It's a lot they have to film. You know what I mean? I think that's what the argument is the most. Is like, it wasn't, they would have liked to have a bigger cliffhanger, something big happen for it to carry over for that 2 years.
Yeah, I think they played too much to the fan sites and stuff like that. Like, oh, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They set up for too much discussion when
Yeah.
it comes to, oh, you know, what's going to happen with this guy and this guy and this guy.
And for people who don't know, another reason why it's taken 2 more years is because they got like 18 more spinoffs of Game of Thrones. Like apparently they still got like is Jon Snow still coming out? Like is that they still doing that?
I don't know.
Then they released a trailer for like the Night of the Seven King or whatever it is, something.
Yeah, Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, so that. So I mean they're ass deep into filming of different ones, you know.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything about the Jon Snow one. Is that still?
I don't know.
He's probably just at home smoking a pack of cigs and.
Well, you know, everyone was. All right, yeah. So spoiler here. So as soon as like Damon had that vision, right? You know, of course, all the Twitter people, you know, some of these fans were like, "Oh, Daenerys was the prince that was promised," or whatever, like that.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't.
No.
I mean, she was killed by Jon Snow, who united fire and ice. You can say what you want, but he did. He's the one that united fire and ice. So I don't know if they're going to. I don't know what like George R. R. Martin's like plan is for the future.
I think he's given up. I don't even think he's even.
You know
I think
like you know, are after all this, after like Winds of Winter, all that stuff, does Jon Snow story continue? Is that why they're thinking about making a spinoff of that? You know what I mean? Like, does his story actually continue? And does
like I hope this
Martin
doesn't
plan to do that?
Like I hope this doesn't turn into like The Walking Dead. You know how they got the Daryl and this one.
What are you talking about?
And they got Rick and Michonne, and they got like 17 different like
Brienne
right.
Parth.
Yeah, so this one's this one's so like House of Dragons is like Fear the Walking Dead, you know, because it takes place before The Walking Dead, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what it. So they're on that path, so they need to be careful.
See, I'd dig a Jon Snow one, like bringing back his friend, you know, the red-haired guy.
Oh yeah,
𝐿𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 or whatever.
Yeah,
bringing him back. You know, he's with Ghost right now. That would be pretty cool because they both their reactions to each other from like the original Game of Thrones was really really fun.
Yeah.
I mean? So I wouldn't mind that. That'd be pretty. I think that'd be a pretty good show.
They just got to be careful, you know, because then it gets to a point to where you're cranking out shit just for the sake of, you know what I mean? And then you run the whole legend of the whole legacy of the original thing.
Well,
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I
people
mean?
didn't think House of Dragon was going to be good. You know,
I'll be honest with you. I
they
wasn't.
really
I
turned a
wasn't.
lot of heads.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't. I didn't have high hopes for it. At the beginning. But after, because the first episode was just kind of, I mean, but what can you expect from a first episode? I mean, it's kind of setting the tail, and setting the groundwork. But about the third episode in is when I started getting really, really into it. So yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good show. It's a great show.
I think a lot of people also, whenever you have a prequel to like a successful, show, they put too much expectation on it, and then it doesn't live up to the hype. You know what I mean? It's kind of like whenever they make this new Sopranos, that's before the prequel to the Sopranos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably going to have the same thing, and it's probably going to be really good, but it's probably going to be the same thing because there's hardcore Sopranos fans, just like there's hardcore Walking Dead fans. Hardcore. I mean, they had a Talking Dead show. It was so big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they just renewed Daryl Dixon's spinoff again.
God, dude, I haven't. When's the last time you watched The Walking Dead? What was the last season you can think of?
I haven't watched The Walking Dead since Rick supposedly died. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the last, and this is
bridge scene.
This is dude. I've stopped watching before that. The last episode I remember seeing was when they cut Negan's throat and he lived. But remember they captured him.
Yeah.
They captured him. That was the last episode I saw, and I have not seen one since.
I watched Daryl Dixon the first couple of episodes. It's pretty good.
Is it?
He's actually he travels to Europe or somewhere.
Yeah. See, now it's going. Now it's starting to become like the Fast and the Furious. Soon they're going to be on the moon.
I would agree, but it was like anyone. If you're a fan of Daryl Dixon, that character, you're gonna love the show.
Yeah. I get that.
And he is like one of the, when it comes to Walking Dead, one of the top characters.
Yeah. Which is weird because they probably didn't expect him to become that popular.
They were probably thinking about just killing him off.
Yeah.
When he was first introduced, as just a standard redneck with his brother.
Yeah.
But he got real popular.
See, it took me a while to realize who that was because I remember him from the Boondock Saints. He was one of the dudes from there, and I was like, man, this guy looks familiar. And dude, he's taken off since then. So he is he's like the guy now that's going to be like the character he's always known for. Like he'll always be Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, he's big friends with Tojima. Like Death Stranding. And he does. He's actually the main actor for that.
Yeah,
the Death Stranding games. Mm-hmm. But he's actually big into.
Have you played those games? I haven't played any of those. Those games just seems like real weird. Like it just seems like I have to be like, I don't know.
It's a beautiful game, but I need to finish it. But the beginning, just walking around with this fetus on your back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just so
keeps you safe from these shadows or whatever. It was very boring to me for a while.
That's what I'm saying. Like it just seems so confusing.
Great, but it was just so boring to me for a while. I'm sure it probably gets better, but I just only played the beginning, and it was just it wasn't my game for a while. Plus, I think I was playing something a lot better at the time. But it is. I'm gonna finish it just because
it just seems so confusing, man. Like even just looking at the trailer, I'm just like, what is this? Like it's pretty. You're right. It's a beautiful game, but God, man, it's just like
having to walk over those rocks, and you can't. If you fall or slip, you lose your stamina, and you got to avoid these shadows.
Oh, speaking of terrible controls, let's let me cook real quick.
Oh,
Elden Ring.
Yep.
The guy who put the moving, who made L3 to move, and also made L3. I mean the L joystick pad to move, but also made L3 to get off your horse. Needs to be taken out and thrown in a volcano. That is the most frustrating thing, especially when you're running.
Oh,
and then you actually hit the button and you fucking jump off your horse, and next thing you know, now you're getting hit. You can't. That is the most frustrating. Those are the. I'll tell you what. I can die about a lot of things. Those deaths there are the most frustrating fucking deaths in Elden Ring, because I'm thinking I get mad at myself. I'm like, why the fuck did I hit that button? But why is it on that button? Why is it not on? Why can't it be a different button? It needs to be a different button.
It's funny you say that. There's a fight in the DLC called General 𝐸𝐽. He's a boss fight.
Uh-huh.
You can fight him on the ground, but it's such a pain in the ass because it's really fast. He's on this big old boar.
Mm-hmm.
But you get on and you mount you can mount it and do the fight that way. But I remember like running from him and then accidentally hitting that button, like inputting the left analog, and then just getting off my horse and he
Yes,
me one time.
dude, that's the most frustrating shit in the world.
Yeah.
Because okay, so it took. Listen to me. Let me just give you a breakdown of my fire giant fight. Okay, so I went in there strength build. Right, it was just too slow. It was just I was just like, man, I need speed. I need some speed. So I went and respec back to my Dex samurai build. Right, it's cool. So I got to it, and then I'd be running from. I'd be trying to stay under his feet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So, and then I would get to the second part of the fight, you know, where his foot gets. Well, first of all, I was like, God, he pulled off his own fucking foot and was like eating it and shit. Tight. Like it was tight. I was just like, why?
That's insane. That's a great fight too.
Yeah, no, it's good. So anyway, so now he's on his stomach, crawling around like an idiot. So, but I'm trying to get behind him, right? And the whole time I'm trying to get behind him, I'm getting off my horse. I'm like trying to like get my finger adjusted. I want people on camera. So I'm trying to like move my finger like underneath the butt. So now I have it at a weird angle, right? Trying to move, right? Just so I don't jump off. Dude, I kept jumping off my, dude, I was so pissed because I'd have him down to almost dead. Yeah. And then I would get underneath him, get off my horse, and then he would hit me. He would drop fire on me. Like, dude.
Grant.
It took me 2 hours to beat him. I was so pissed. I had to respec twice.
You are reciting the saga of many players of Elden Ring.
I know that, but you know what? It's one of those things like you don't know what people are talking about until you experience it yourself. And I feel for these people. Dude, I was so angry. Like I'm thinking to myself, my God, son, this is just a video game. And you're over here acting like a murderer. You're over here acting like a psychotic idiot. And I'm thinking to myself, my Lord, what is going on? And
you know
I had
how many times, like, you know, it took me a while to beat Consort Radon, the last boss of the DLC. You know how many times that I got him down to just like a smidget of health? Like I only needed to hit him one time, but I panicked in that last second, and I panic and I always mess up. So I've learned when playing Elden Ring, do not panic. Stay calm because you will fuck up. So you will fuck up a fight somewhere.
I have this tendency, and I do this with every game. Like if I get to a do or die mode, you know what a do or die mode is? Mm-hmm. So it's like this. It's like you don't give a shit what's around. Like if he's down to like 10%, it's all in. You don't give a fuck if he's dropping fire on you. You don't give a fuck about your health. You're just trying to get him down. You're just trying to. You're just trying.
Very punishing.
I know. I know that. I know that. That's how I play, man, and I hate it about myself, but I do it every time. Like it don't matter if like the meteors are falling on you. You're not moving. You're hacking away as fast as you can, and you're going all in. And I do that all the time, and I end up dying every single. And it's, and I let out, and you'll hear me, dude. You'll hear fuck. Oh man.
You're almost there, Grant.
I know, man. It's like this. Like I understand why these games make people have to get on blood pressure medicine. Like, and understand. Like I never understood why people break controllers. Like, but now I get it.
I've never done that.
I've never done that either, and I wouldn't go that far.
Plenty of times.
I've never gotten that far, and I never will. I can feel I would never get that mad, but I can see why people do it who can't control themselves. Like I can see it.
Yeah. So where are you at right now?
So I'm at the. I just beat the Gold-Skin duo. I'm at that
Godskin.
Yeah. What did I say? Gold-Skin, Godskin. Yeah, yes. So interestingly about that fight, and I'm going to post a video for it. I actually died, but my guy killed him at the same time, so I got the kill.
Yeah.
Because I was doing dude. He had fire all around him. I was in that bitch hitting him. I didn't care. I was at that. I got my mode kicked in. I didn't care.
Okay.
and I had full life, and he killed me.
So
and
your summoning killed the boss for you.
Correct.
After you died.
After I died, before it said you're dead, he killed him.
Dude, you are experiencing a lot of Elden Ring deaths.
I'll take it. I didn't care. Yep. Did not care. Took it. Because I was wondering, because I would have been more pissed if I didn't get, because I didn't know how it worked, because I never had that happen. Yeah. So I didn't know if I was going to get credit for that.
Like, as long as you get the greater enemy failed,
yeah, it did.
As long as that pops up, you're good.
Okay, it did. Yeah. And that's what made me think. I was like,
oh my. You can die like just a second or something before, and even if your summon kills it, but as soon as your screen goes black and you don't get that message,
yeah, I'd had to have saved it and just started again another day.
I did that on Renala, one of the first boss fights of the DLC. I killed her. Well, yeah, my summon killed her, but my screen went black before I got the remembrance.
Oh, God.
So I had to go again. And that time I killed her by death also. But my summoning got her like at the very last second.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's where I'm at. So after I play Diablo today, I'm going to, later this evening, I'm going to jump back on it and the fucking Crucible Knights. Oh, boy.
Those
They're probably, they're top three. They're top three.
Dude, I told you about those damn things.
Not all the Crucible
They're
Knights
like
are
a mini boss.
Not all the Crucible Knights. The fucking Dragoon ones.
The ones that fly up in the air with the wings, right? Yeah, those guys
fucking
are
hate
elite. They're elite.
God, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a spoiler.
So much health too.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you a spoiler. That's number 2 on my list of the number 2 is the Crucible Knights with the spears. The other ones are fine. I can do the ones with the shield that hit you with the shield. The other ones with the 2 swords, those are fine. The ones I've yet to beat the ones. I avoid them. Like I don't go. I just try to find another way around because I can't beat them. It doesn't matter if they're on the ground. It doesn't matter what they do. They always get extra hits in. They're cheap as fuck. They're cheap as shit. And they hit you, and no matter how they hit you, they take off 3/4 of your life, no matter how much life you have.
You're still playing bleed build right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you're not going to be doing a lot of damage with the small, like those guys with the full armor. You got to pound them.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to spec back to strength.
Yeah, you gotta hit them hard. Like sneak up behind them and then whack them with the hammer. Do that little sneak attack move.
Yeah,
it allows you to do. All right.
Where we at?
It is time, dude. I need to go kill some demons.
I can see you. You look like I used to do when I smoked cigarettes. When people are talking to me, and I used to want to go smoke a cigarette. Like that's what you look like.
I need to go on my barbarian and unleash some stress on some demons.
All right,
with a hammer.
So we're going to end early, so Ed can go take over
we're at 48 minutes. What are you talking about?
The Chaos Throne.
Normal podcast.
No, I know. So look, guys, we appreciate y'all, man. Again, we're still growing pretty good on YouTube and the podcast and all the other channels. So we appreciate y'all for following us and stuff like that. Leave us a 5-star review. Hit us on a follow on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I got to work on Instagram. We're going to get some more followers for that. I haven't really put much time into it.
I want to look into Facebook too.
You think so?
Eventually.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Maybe.
We'll talk about it
later. Yeah.
I didn't know Facebook was still a thing. Like I didn't know. I don't use Facebook anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I was on Facebook, honestly.
But anyway, appreciate y'all guys. Y'all tune in for the next one. We'll see y'all later. Peace.